bam, focused minds back up in the building, keeping the Lord first and everything else to come together. Devin Haney, 33-0, started his career in 2015. A young lion, don't get the credit he deserves. You know what I'm saying? Devin did a lot of good things. Went overseas, got a win. Beat Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Now a 147 champion. You feel me? So he got a lot of credit to be given. I feel like he underrated. I feel like, he not getting the credit he deserved. You know what I'm saying? With Shakur fighting Lopez and all this talk about Shakur being the top dog. Well, no, he's not. He still got a few fights. We've been discussing this for years. The fights that these young fighters got to clash with each other and in their prime. That was just one fight. Good job for Shakur. He did a great job. Devin, one of the young fighters that is in that argument of being, one of the top dogs. And right now, the way he and his dad ran his career, he doing pretty well for himself. I think he underrated though. You got a lot of talk about Tank, which I believe is the face of boxing. Then you got Shakur, you got Keyshawn, you got Devin, you know what I'm saying? And Devin deserved his credit. You know what I mean? This fight here against Norman was a great performance for him. He did his thing in this fight. Devin, a great prober, a great boxer, used his feet movement and head movement real good. He know how to set up his punches. You know what I'm saying? He liked to fight at a certain distance. He liked to hang in the pocket just for increments. He don't want to stay in the pocket too long. I some people question his chin. He could be chinny. He can't get dropped. You know what I'm saying? We can't count Ryan Garcia because he was on PEDs, but even before that, Devin can be chinny, and so that's why it's not his best thing to stay in the pocket too long. But one thing about Devin, he know how to fight at a distance, use his head, and got quick hands, and he could put you on the pavement for real, or I should say the canvas, right? It don't take much for him. He got a lot of power at 147, and he can knock you out. It take quick flashes for him. You know what I'm saying? But he can definitely knock you out easy. You know what I'm saying? Don't take much for him. Catch you with a quick shot or two, and bam, you down. Devin against Lomachenko, he showed improved well, beat him down to the body real good and really broke Lomachenko down. A smaller fighter. He do got quick hands, but it wasn't enough for Haney, who is a great boxer. A lot of people didn't really give him a whole lot of credit for this win either. You see Haney, he like to fill out his opponents, use his jab pretty decently, but he want to jab and hit you with the overhand and the hooks. So, he like to probe in and set his opponents up with them shots that he like to do. As you see him hitting with an uppercut to the body, Devin ain't no joke, and he had big power in this fight. Look how big he look over Lomachenko. And like I say, Devin is underrated. People need to start giving him more credit, for his fights. You know what I mean? Because he really didn't fight some opponents, man. Devin dad taught him well, go to the body, break your opponent down. And Devin know how to go to the body real good. That's what made him win this fight here. He broke Lomachenko down, and you see Lomachenko trying to protect his body. But Devin had to set it up with the jab, and he was going down to the body, switching levels real good to the head. It was a thing of beauty at the end of the day because, Lomachenko really had no answer for Devin in this fight here. He broke him down, had him really hurt at the end of this fight. After so long, Lomachenko started getting on his bike, He started running from Devin as Devin kept triple jabbing, coming into the body. Triple jab, uppercut to the body. He broke Lomo down real good in this fight. Lomachenko thought he was the one, but Devin showed him different in this fight here. You see him keep triple jabbing, going straight to the body, straight to the body. Beautiful fight for Devin in this fight here. Devin took a lot of slack for this fight here, and little did we know that, Ryan, the cheating Ryan was on a PED, so this fight didn't even count. But Devin is a way better boxer than Ryan as well. Ryan has only a left hook, and he really shouldn't be in the conversation with nobody. And he actually fighting for a championship right now that I just don't agree with. After he just took a loss to Romero, and he's still fighting for a belt. So, boxing can be real finicky, man. I'm out.
I always say everything got a price. Because people say, like, I love my dog. I get $100. No, I get $1,000. No, I get $100,000. Hey, you can have it. Like, my thought is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
That's you. Now we know your character.
That before, but you do yourself a good. You bring a good. I don't want to say product. Product's not the right word, but you're doing a very honorable service.
I appreciate that.